Well, here it comes.
So wing T this week, that's going to be a good time to stop.
Well, it's going to be a great time. You know, it kind of reminds me of, and this is kind of where I'm at with it too. When we were in school, we played a team, which we ran it when we were in school. But we were playing a team that ran a similar kind of offense to what we're facing this week. And I remember we had this dude, we had a nickname for him. I can't remember what it is, but great kid. You know, hard to describe him really. He's, you know, got whatever. Yeah, I won't go there. But yeah, anyway, he's lining up at nose guard. And, you know, we were kind of thin. I remember our coach literally told him, the kid's a big ROTC guy.
Yeah.
First off, that's important context. Loves ROTC. He's all about it.
I know where this is going.
And it's a great program.
Yeah.
I'm not hating on ROTC at all. I think it's amazing what, especially ours, we have a really great ROTC program. But this kid, you know, he wasn't necessarily our starter. We were about 3 deep at that point of the year. And our coach got to the point where he's literally like, all right, man, here's what you're going to do. You're going to find this kid. He's a pulling guard. Whatever you do, you're going to cut the crap out of that gap. Grab a leg and gator roll. All right, just make a pile, make a mess. Because, you know, you shut down A gap, B gap, you know, they're going to force to go out wide, and, you know, we got people out there to help. But the funniest thing I've ever heard is he literally looks at him and goes, here's what I want you to understand. That guy is trying to get the president of the United States. Don't let him get to the president. And this kid, with like all his might, he just goes, sir, yes, sir. Cuts the crap out of that kid the entire night, doesn't get touched. But
hey, that's selfless football right there.
that's
for
a dirty
honor,
job.
for his team and his country.
He was putting in
Man
work
was serving to protect. Oh,
in
my
the
gosh.
trenches. Yeah,
Man. Yeah, we hadn't been able to catch up since y'all's last game. But you know, with that kid, I don't know why I'm stuck on this. He had a nickname that it was awesome, but I can't remember now. But it reminded me this weekend, I saw one of my favorite Twitter accounts, No Context College Football. They put up this screen grab from, I guess, one of the games, and it was notable football names. And I'm sitting there reading through this entire list. And I'm like, these are just awesome names. Like, pull that up real quick.
Yeah, go. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Was that BYU game? All right. So notable football games. All right. So this was in the BYU Stanford game, it looks like. And it's an entire list. All right. Roll through them here. Buster Rhymes. Not Busta Rhymes like the rapper, but Buster Rhymes, which is, you know, hats off to the parents for naming them that. Bear Bachmeyer. Honolulu Hughes. That's
just smooth.
That is smooth. What is that, alliteration where it just keeps?
Matthew McDoom.
That's he had to play linebacker or like hard-hitting safety. How about this one? TJ Slaughter. Like anybody with the last name Slaughter, like, dude, you were born to play defense.
Yeah.
DiCaprio Boodle.
All right. That sounds like some stupid slang that the kids would say. You know, like the 6'7" thing that all the kids do?
Yeah.
That would be something they'd walk around saying, and it would have some weird TikTok meaning. DiCaprio Boodle. Like, yeah, I don't even know what that is.
Well, that's like, you know, I got kids that are kind of going through the system now, right? And one of my kids comes home every day talking about, this is from Ohio, that's from Ohio, that's a skibbity, whatever.
Skibbity Riz, y'all. Getting flashbacks.
Man. How about this name? I'm Hip. I am. Last name is HIPP. I'm Hip.
They did that like that. That wasn't even.
That's somebody's parent that was just
Fred Chicken. I like that one. Fred Chicken.
Well, how about Bill Pickle right underneath? Fred Chicken and Bill Pickle. Heck of a tandem there. And then, of course, Frank Gore. Like, that's just, like, not only was he a legendary player, played forever, but, like, last name Gore, like, football player. Any other football names that just, like, scream?
One they left off of here, which I guess this might be an older screen grab. This is probably from this season, right?
It looks pretty new. It looks like that new score thing that ESPN or whoever's got.
What was his name? General Booty?
General Booty. Yeah, that's a good name.
Classic. Ha Ha Clinton Dix.
Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
there's tons
those
of
are
good ones they left off.
yeah, that list got cut too short.
So
Nah.
I'm curious, do my niece and nephews, do they say the 6'7" thing? Or is that
Oh,
it hasn't
the
made its way down yet?
no, it has.
It
And
has?
here's the problem, like, it's the boys, like, not my daughter,
Yeah.
like, she's kinda mature or whatever, like, she kinda knows that's just dumb or whatever, but the boys think it is the funniest thing
Yeah.
ever. And so I've tried to, like, use and abuse it so they don't think it's cool
Yeah.
anymore, but they still like, they just think it's funny when I say it now.
Yeah. And so like we were doing in PE today, it's been a thing. It was 6'7". I had a kid in a presentation in my health class. They were filming a commercial analyzing, advertising strategies for a health product, right? In the middle of the commercial, had nothing to do with everything. He just finds a way to add a 6 and a 7 in there so he could go and just do that stupid thing.
Absolutely, man.
But anyway, in PE, they were doing a health lesson on. We're doing it through Ed Puzzle. You know what that is? Where like the
Yeah,
videos where they,
I used to love Ed puzzles. I've kinda moved
yeah,
away from them, but, I used to love me a good Ed puzzle.
yeah. So I assigned 2 Ed puzzles for them to complete today in class because we got to cover our health component for PE1. And the first one was about 5 minutes and 52 seconds. Now I did this deliberately. I made the second one about a minute, right? So that while I'm telling them what you're going to do, I'm like, hey, you got these 2 Ed puzzles to complete today. The first one's maybe 6 minutes, or I said it's about 5 minutes, 50 seconds. The next one's about a minute. So really, it should only take you about, 6, 7 minutes just doing like that. But then I get roasted for doing it, but these idiots do it all day long and they laugh their tail off, but
We're not cool anymore, man. Yeah, Ed
whatever.
puzzle's pretty wild. Like back when I used to use it a good bit, I did my final exam for astronomy on Ed puzzle. Guess what the
Mm-hmm.
video was?
What?
Interstellar.
Ooh.
And so I had
Now,
it I had it set, because Interstellar's a long movie. I had it
very
set
long.
to where they could repeat it till they made 100, but I didn't let them like skip ahead. So I might have had some kids watch Interstellar, and I gave them like a 3-week window. So you had class time, you had whatever, but by this date, you got however much time, two
Yeah.
weeks to get whatever you want the grade to be. You just got to watch Interstellar
How
multiple
bad do
times.
you want it now?
How
How
bad?
bad
And
are you
I
going to
had
work?
some kids that they wanted it. Like by the end of it, they had noticed details about the movie that I hadn't even noticed. But
That's the one, Matthew McConaughey, right?
yeah, one
That's
of my
not,
favorite movies.
I get that one, and what's the one where they're just floating in space? George Clooney.
Gravity.
Gravity, where they're just like floating the whole time.
Yeah.
For some reason, I get those two confused, but
Well, and you have
no.
to you have to chop it up right so you don't get in trouble with copyrights and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
you chop it up too so that it cuts to because it's a pretty science backed movie, right?
Yeah.
The director did a great job getting a lot of feedback from professors and things like that. So you kind of have to chop it up here and there to make it work for the educational setting. But I kind of had to retire that one. It was a one and done kind of a trial run. But no, it was a good time, really good time. But no, we let's see, last week, man, was the big week where I had the big road trip. Y'all were on the road too last week, right?
We were at home. The JV was
Okay.
away,
That's
and
right.
varsity was
That's
at
right.
home. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, last Thursday was when I had to go down to College Station.
Yeah.
And we brought 7 school buses full of JV and freshman football players down to College Station.
Man, how did that
And
go?
as you can imagine, so it's in a car, it's a 3-hour drive. In a yellow dog, it's 3.5.
Mm.
But then we got some buses in our fleet that only go 55.
I got to rip the governor off of that.
One of the 7 was a 55. And so that poor coach that had to drive down, like, oh my gosh.
Just
So
pedal to the metal.
we stop halfway down and we stop at this travel center, which next time you're out in Texas, got to take you to one of these travel centers because they are not like the ones in South Carolina. They are nice.
It's not just a bathroom with a vending machine.
No, I mean, there was a vending machine in the bathroom, but there was also like a mini oil rig museum. Like, I'm telling you, it was wild. Air conditioning was great. They had
That's
like
what I'm talking about.
3 different areas of bathrooms, a little walking trail. I mean, it was pretty wild. Yes, we get there and it's a bathroom break, right? We are just getting off this bus to use the toilets to get back on. We got to make a we moved all the kickoffs up so that when we come back, it's not going to be 2 a.m. So instead of a 5:30 start for the JV2 and the freshman gold team, it's going to be a 5 o'clock start. And we were already on pace to get there at like 4:40, 4:30. And so we're like, hey, we got to roll. We had some of these kids there was a line forming at the vending machine. And it's like, guys, we ain't got all this time. We got snack bags. Like, as you're getting back on the bus, our student trainers were nice enough to have snack bags and Gatorades for y'all.
Yeah, but they're getting like sour Skittles. Like, they're not getting anything.
Yes. Sour Skittles, Big Red, Dr. Pepper Heavy. Like, there wasn't a water bottle to be seen. I'm like, guys, it's 95 degrees outside. Like, it's still summertime in Texas. We're going down to Central Texas at this turf fields on both sides. Like, it's going to be 100-something degrees. It's 5 o'clock. Sun's going to be up for the entire game. And sure enough, after the first series, some of them freshman gold guys and JV2 guys were done, like just sweating grease, like, oh my gosh, going through it. But we wound up making out all right on the night. Both the B teams lost, JV and freshman, but both the A teams won. And then so then we had to make the drive back, and it really timed up kind of great. Like, both sites finished up around the same time. So we got to do a little caravan back. Everybody got a pizza partner, and so everybody's eating their Dominoes on the drive back, and the kids are starting to fall asleep, so it's a quiet bus, And we didn't do a bathroom break on the way back. Like, we were trying to straight shot it, get back. So we get back to the school. 6 of the 7 buses get back to the school. Get back to the school at a little after midnight. And so turning in all the laundry, like make sure all the kids got rides homes and all that. So we get the entire place emptied out. It's 1 o'clock and the last bus shows up because it had to go 55 the entire time. And so that we had to do it all over again. This whole bus of kids, we got to get them off, got to get their jerseys. We're sitting there thinking the night is done and we still got plenty of work to do. But yeah, I think I got in bed and asleep a little after 2 o'clock. Turn around the next day, we had the varsity game. Thankfully, it was at home, but you want to talk about dead?
No,
I was, between the caffeine and nicotine and whatever teens I could get my hands on, like, I was fighting to stay awake. But thankfully, we got the dub, first home win of the season. So we're off to a decent start.
So y'all are what, 2-0 right now?
2-0, and huge showdown this week. So, I don't pay attention to rankings and stuff like that, but kind of the big paper around here, Dallas Morning News, right? They got us at like number 12 in the Dallas area. The team we're playing is number 6 or number 7 in the area. So it's a big showdown Friday, and we got to go on the road again. So anyway, hopefully it's a good week. Hopefully we're 3-0 after this week. That's the plan.
Maybe if we just keep doing 6-7 on here, we'll ruin it for the kids.
Yeah.
I would love to never hear it again.
Yes, absolutely.
I can't say that one on here. Starts with a G. If you know what I'm talking about.
You're too old for that one. I might
rhymes with spoon.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I think I'm putting down.
Yeah. Don't get me started. These kids. Anyway.
Hey, speaking of spooning with a G, all right. Heck of a segue right here, right? So South Florida beats Florida this weekend. All right. Which great win for South Florida on the road in the swamp, winning on the field goal at the end. But Bulls Nation, we've got to talk about this situation right here.
What is going on here?
I get teammates, right? Teammates love each other. This, I don't know. Man. I don't know what's going on here.
I've been to South Florida. I've been to Miami. I think South Florida's in what, Tampa?
Yeah.
USF's in Tampa. I've been there. Y'all know South Florida can get a little crazy. I don't know what this is. I mean, the look in the eyes is what's giving it away.
Yeah, it's the eye contact for me.
I mean, it's 2025. Do you, brother? But like, I mean, yeah.
Not like kind of like Seinfeld used to say. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But
it's just
you got to know that all the cameras are on. You got to know that the internet lives forever, right?
Yeah, I mean, caught in 4K to say the least.
Yeah, for the listening audience, it's what appears to be South Florida specialists. They hit a game-winning field goal at the end of the game in the swamp. Florida's ranked, all that good stuff. They are in a warm embrace here and making some eye contact.
Yeah, like they're in Dirty Dancing right now. Like this is like passion.
Absolutely. God,
Things are different in South Florida now.
Hey, yeah, I've heard parts of Florida you might as well be in Kentucky, and then the other parts of Florida,
It gets
you know.
it gets wild, South Florida.
So, speaking of getting wild, how was y'all's games last week?
What, we played a game last week?
Not good.
The JV kids, they did great. We went to Travelers Rest on Thursday night, and JV came out with a win. Proud of that young group. I think they got a special future ahead of them if they keep working, they stick together. Friday night was not so great. I still trying to figure out what we need to adjust, what we need to
Yeah.
fix. It's just, and look, we're riddled with injuries right now. I mean,
Yeah.
defensive line, I'm on my like 2s, 3s. I have one starter that's, original starter that's still playing. The rest I have out. I got injuries. Obviously, we had the kid a couple weeks ago that had to get taken out in the chopper. I got another kid with a broken scapula, and we got some linebackers out. I mean, the hits keep coming, it feels like.
Yeah.
Fortunately, we have a bye week leading into region play coming up, I guess, in 2 weeks. So hopefully we got some time to recover a little
Yeah.
bit, but
That's what it's all about, Get healthy.
it's do what you got to do, improvise, adapt, overcome. And so, the next man up, we've changed some things around on defense, changed some things on offense, and excited for this Friday to have another shot to show what this team can be and not what they've been doing. Now it's going to be a tough matchup. We got a team that runs, like we said, the wing tee. Well, it's not your typical wing tee, traditional wing tee, I guess. They've got some wrinkles thrown in there, but same kind of blocking schemes and everything. So it's foot splits. I mean, coming out low, pin pull.
Hitting you with the flipper? Are they going old school technique?
Now, last year they did. I mean, their O-line last year was really good in my opinion, and they came out low, and
that's tough.
It's hard. It's hard.
When that flipper gets on the thigh board, man, that is tough.
I think they graduated a lot of guys from that offensive line specifically, but they're still a good team. And that offense, they hold the ball. You got to make your possessions worth it. And we got to do our job on defense and shut it down. But I'm excited for it. Hopefully we show up and, put on a show for what we know these kids can do. Yep.
Well, that's all you
how it
want,
goes.
right? Is you want your kids to just perform at their best, and what their potential could be. We had a bit of a down year last year, but potential wise, we had all the potential in the world. It was just we couldn't get out of our own way, and so as we're going through this year, we see those flashes where, hey, this is what we can do, but then every now and then. The first game, we had that huge delay. It was a Thursday night. It was first game of the season, right? A million different things going on. So you can kind of chalk up some of the mistakes to that. We get into that first home game. We did a pep rally that day. We did It's the first home game. Everybody's brother, sister, mommy, daddy, grandma, whoever's there to see them. And 3 out of the 4 quarters played pretty solid. But check this out. So and it started on Thursday night. Thursday night in the freshman 18 game. All right. 4th and 17. Okay. So you would think this can only happen in freshman football, but 4th and 17, we get the hard count, right? Well, of course we jump off sides. 4th and 12.
Of course.
Okay. All right. Hey, watch the ball. 4th and 12. Like they're going for it because we were up a couple scores, all that. With a few minutes left, hard count again. We jump again.
Of course.
Right after. So now it's 4th and 7. Okay. Line it back up. We jumped again on a hard count. Now we got spared. The ref didn't throw his flag. The other coaches, you could hear it.
Yeah.
We were playing at a middle school site, so it's just quiet, right? So you can hear they jump. I'm sitting over here like, yeah, we did jump. For sure. It should be 4th and 2 right now. Ref just didn't pull the flag, and we got the stop. Thankfully, took some knees, got out of there. But fast forward to Friday, got off to a great start. One of my guys, one of my outside backers, opening series, gets a pick 6. Like the grease is hot. Then we had the worst second quarter of football I've seen in quite some time. And they had a 20-play drive, okay? 5 of those 20, we jumped off sides on. 5 of those 20 snaps. So a 15-play drive, right? But we spotted them 25 yards in that drive. I mean, they had to go 70 yards on the series, usually you like your chances when somebody's got to go 70 yards, but when you spot them 25 yards in critical 3rd down, 4th down moments, I'm sitting there halftime. We were losing at the half, and I'm just like, if we play like that the rest of the game, this ain't gonna be close. Thankfully we reverted back in the 3rd and 4th quarter. We played like we're capable of doing, and we got after them a little bit, but unbelievable, man.
Nothing drives me crazy like jumping off sides. And look, I mean, I've talked about this before. As a defensive line coach, everything we do, I have the stick ball. Everything is on the ball. Pre-game, on the ball. Everything on the ball. But it never fails. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. I make you look at me. Like, I'm like, look at me. And I'm like, watch the ball. Watch the ball.
Yes.
It's 3rd and 2.
It's 3rd
Never
and
fails.
2.
Never fails.
Have some self-awareness.
And then they beat themselves up. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, if you were over here, imagine what I'd do. Because, like, I can't.
That's you, buddy.
We all know it's you, buddy. You were 2 yards in the backfield before you even realized it.
You smoked the center. Center's on his butt. That always cracks me up when somebody just gets teed off on. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to jump, get your money's worth, I guess, right?
Yes. Get your money's worth for sure, because you're about to do some up downs anyway. But
oh my gosh,
it always happens, though. I mean, it is what it is.
Well, it's like we've talked about before. Like, you never know what you're going to see on a even Thursday or Friday night. Like, we're talking about 15 to 18-year-old kids. Like, as much as you drill into them, this, when the lights come on, you don't know what's about to happen.
Yeah, and if you're a JV offensive coordinator or 9th grade ball, middle school ball, whatever, if you're not doing a hard count on 3rd and 2, what are you doing? Because they're going to jump. They're gonna jump.
Like, you ought to run that. You ought to do it every series.
Yeah.
Like,
what do you lose?
Yeah.
Like, have the play called, just hard count.
You got a free play. You got a potential to get 5 yards. You got a really good potential to get 5 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it never fails. So
crazy.
all the guys calling sub-varsity offense that are listening, hard count. This is coming from 2 defensive guys. Like, you are going to get us the jump. Speaking of never knowing what you're going to see at a football game, going back to football Twitter, did you see this from the Miami game this weekend? We talk about things getting a little crazy in Florida. We got Zaboomafoo in the bleachers at the Miami game.
South Florida, man. Something about South Florida. It gets crazy. Like, that thing has a diaper on.
That's got to be like
what did you say?
Zaboomafoo, yeah. You remember that? The Wildcat guys, like before they did the cartoon.
I remember
that. Takes me back. God, yeah, that's Zaboomafoo right there. Front row ticket to the Canes game.
Thing's kind of freaky looking.
It's a good luck charm. I didn't even know those things could be like trained up like that to where they could be a service animal.
I think you can think you trained it, but then you wake up one morning and it's trying to like eat your face or something. Like, I don't think it's truly ever trained. But
2025, I guess anything can qualify as a service animal.
If I wake up in the morning and I see that thing looking at me like that, I'm punting it across the house. Like, I'm not. That's creepy. I don't care what you say. Look, it's got a hand. Like, a foot. I know monkeys have their feet or,
it's got hands for feet. Yeah,
that's creepy, man. It's creepy.
And it's got it sleeps near whoever this person is that has it. I'm sure it's a sweet pet. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it has a bad side.
Speaking of that, sleeping with the pet, we have 2 dogs, and, we had a queen bed. It's not small by any means, but we have a big lab mix and a small, the smaller Pomeranian mix. Well, I think me and the smaller dog, we kind of understand each other. Like, you got your space, I got mine. You got a nice comfy bed I bought you here in the corner you love, sleep there. The other one has no boundaries. And so it's the middle of the night, and I feel this weight. Like, I'm on my side, and I feel this weight behind me pull the covers tight. And, I hate that feeling of being like, like tight. Like hotel when they tuck the bottom side of the sheet.
And you can't move your feet? Yeah, that's the worst.
Can't stand it. So I feel that, and I think it's my fiance rolled over or something. And so I'm like yanking, trying to get my slack back. I finally get angry. It's like 3 a.m, and I just go, yank really hard. The dog goes flying like over me woke everybody up. And then, but she didn't bother me the rest of the night. So I guess she got the point. But anyway, side note, but
wow,
tight covers, can't stand it.
Yeah, that's what it's like having little kids in the house too. It'll be alarm's going to go off at 5, right? And sure enough, at 4:45, I'm getting woken up by a little human trying to jump in our bed at 4:45 in the morning. And at that point, there's no point in going back to sleep, right? So you just kind of
Yeah.
wake up and start getting your caffeine in and your ends pouches or whatever you got to do in the morning to get locked in.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. I don't know if I could take that.
I don't know if there's ever a right age.
That's true.
You just kind of,
That's
it
true.
is what it is. Speaking of right age, last college football Twitter thing that caught my eye this weekend. And of course, it's LSU. We're not too far removed from them being Clemson, but LSU made some ripples on social media, and it was really their band, not their football team. But they have a 66-year-old freshman
Yeah,
who's in the band, Mr. Kent
that's
Broussard.
that's insane. Good for
That's
him, but like, what are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out the logistics of, I mean, I guess you enroll as a student. I guess at that point, if you're a full-time student, I don't know how the band works in college either. I know
I don't. Yeah,
sports wise, you have eligibility and all this and that, but I guess if you're a full-time student, you can be in the band, and old Kent here can play a mean
yeah.
saxophone or trumpet or something like that. But
He must be like shredding at the whatever he plays. I'm gonna go. It's like maybe something brass behind him. I'm gonna say like trombone,
yeah, I think
something like that.
he looks like he plays some solid jazz. It's Louisiana too. Like
Yeah,
maybe he spent the first 40 years out of high school in a jazz band or something, and then decided he wanted to get a college degree, and why not join the marching band at that point? But shout out
yeah.
to
I
Kent
mean,
Broussard,
keep doing it,
66-year-old
man.
freshman. Yeah, keep doing your thing, dude. Nah, but we got a solid matchup this week. Got to go on the road again. We're the road warriors this year. We only have 4 home games for the varsity. And yeah, and then depending on if you make playoffs or where you finish in the district race, you might be on the road again for playoffs. So at least 6, 7 potential road games. I guess we're going to get that anyway with the scrimmage being on the road. But we're hoping we can keep our guys locked in. Yeah, is there any what's kind of y'all's way of on a game day making sure your guys are ready? You got any secret tricks that y'all do or?
So when this staff was our first year at Palmetto, there was a Bluetooth speaker, like a monster speaker, in the locker room, and initially we were kind of like, let them listen to music, whatever. Like even if it's a road trip, they'd bring the speaker on the bus. But it got to the point where it's like, all right, guys, y'all can't be playing
Yeah.
this. Like we're in public. Like this is a public school. We're in public. Like you can't be rolling the speaker out. F this, F that, all that stuff. Can't do it. And so really we renovated the locker room, and some guys really like having music to get hyped up. Some don't. Some prefer quiet. So on Fridays, it's actually nice. I wired some speakers. We already had speakers in one locker room, and we put some new ones in the varsity side. But I bought this mixer, wired it up so you can control volumes independently, whatever. And so, but the stereo is in the coach's office. So it's a coach's music, and I have a football Spotify that only plays clean music. And so we'll have, one half is music and the other half's quiet, so you can kind of go whichever one you want. But I'm gonna be honest, these kids, man, it's hard to get some of them truly locked in, and that's just who they are. Like they're always goofing, doing something stupid. But we try our best, especially to walk through right after school before the game Friday. It's like, all right, now it's time to shut up, listen, focus. We'll eat after this. You can kind of relax a little, but right now we gotta lock in. But no secret remedy or anything. They just kind of,
you're just holding on for dear life, hoping that they stay
trying to
locked
keep
in
them.
enough. Yeah, no, I get it. We have we try to keep ours on we've got, I would say, every 30-ish minutes something new on the schedule for pregame, just so that it's not ever like an extended amount of time that we're just sitting around and waiting. So we always start off our pregame schedule with the special teams call-ups, right? So everybody's there in the team room or whatever. Kickoff team, stand up, make sure we got 11. Kickoff backup, stand up, make sure you got 11, right? Kind of run through all of those. Then we dismiss from there to do the pregame meal, of course. I like a 30-minute window for pregame meal. Then we start a 25, 30-minute block where if you're an offensive guy, you're getting tape, treatment, whatever. Defensive guys are having a defensive meeting. We go back through the game plan, step by step, kind of different formations, maybe some things we saw in the JV freshman games the night before. They might be different than what we've been preparing for. And then it flip after that. So you kill another hour doing those types of meetings, and then everybody's taped up too. So by that point, you're 2 hours in, and we get our guys down for eighth period athletics at 3:30 ish, right? So still only 5:30. So at 5:30, we do a hype video. We have a really awesome guy that gets a lot of great footage for us, cuts it all up, does a cool edit. We'll watch that hype video. It might be 5 to 10 minutes long. Dismiss from there, we go do the walk the field. You got some walk the field drills. Like I'll do ball drills with the outside backers, just trying to get them moving a little bit. But like you said, it is like every 30 minutes, you're just trying to
Gotta
find something just to keep them. Don't let them get too comfortable. Don't
Nope.
let, kind of keep them on edge a little bit. Road trips actually make it easier in some ways because you don't have to just kill time. Like you got the drive that you got to get there for, and then we'll try to modify and do a similar schedule on a smaller scale. But
And I
it's
think
hard.
it is hard. Like kids do not do well with unstructured time.
No,
like,
they
they
don't.
at all. And one thing I think that we're truly missing at our field house is like a true meeting room. We don't have a space where we can come together as, one side of the ball or special teams, whatever, watch tape or whatever on the screen. We don't really have that. And so it's hard. The only way we could do it would be in a locker room. And then you have, a 4-foot walkway. You can't, it's just not feasible.
Yeah.
And I really wish we did, because that would be something we could use a lot. And we could always go back to the school, but then you have all the logistics in that, getting a group
back
of
and
kids
forth,
back.
especially having a off-campus stadium. That kind
Yeah.
of makes that part of it tough. But
I would like to do something like that, but it is what it is. You have to deal with what
you gotta work
got.
with what. Yeah, absolutely. You got to make mountains out of molehills on that. Yeah, for sure. So y'all are probably getting close to your actual region play, right?
Yeah, so this is week 3, our 4th game because of the week 0. We have a game this week. We have a game the following week. Then we have a bye. Then we start our region play. We have 5 region games. So we got, what is that? 2 weeks and some change before we start region play.
I got you.
So hopefully we can kind of get healthy by that point and, get locked in on what the goal. Because as good as it is to win your first 5, the last 5 are all that really matters as far as playoffs and the overall goals, winning the conference, winning playoffs, all that. But yeah, it's crazy to think.
That's what's hard to keep in check for the kids sometimes. We got game 3 coming up. It's our next to last non-district game. So we'll have this one, then one more, and then we start our district play. So it actually we might be on the same page, might be both in, like you said, though, you're trying to, in this non-conference, non-district, non-region schedule, you're just trying to see what you got. You're trying to see who can do what against varsity competition, so that hopefully when district play rolls around or region play rolls around, what tools you got in the bag. You've got maybe your base scheme down pat. Maybe you got some wrinkles put in by that point, but you want to know what works best by the time that district play comes around. Because like you said, it's all about getting in the playoffs, and you never know what can happen once you get into the dance.
Yep.
And so we're kind of toying with that some too. And obviously we want to go and try to win every single game, but you also want to try to do things that are going to help better prepare you for that district play, and maybe trying to give a few more snaps to some guys. That way, who you can count on, who you can't count on, when the games really start to count. So I know some people, you look at some people's non-district schedule and you can tell they're just trying to schedule wins. Yeah, at least our schedule last year and this year, it's brutal, but at least if you're sitting there at whatever your record is at the end of non-district play, but you've played a gauntlet, at least you kind of know what you're working with. But our district's tough too, though, so no games are really easy for us. It's going to be a battle every week, but I don't know. It's interesting, man. It's a process, though. That's what it's all about, right? It's just each week's a new storyline, man, and it's something different.
I swear these kids, and I've been their age before. I mean, you're kind of going really a day at a time when you're that age.
But yeah.
And like, you can't think about much beyond today.
Yeah.
And these kids, man, they hit some highs and some lows, back around to a high, back around to a low. Like they don't have the ability to really look at things long term
Yeah.
and realize everything is still ahead of us. We still got a lot to work for, and we got to fix some things to get there. But they see one game, 1 week, one night, and they're almost like disheveled off in a corner. And you're like, look, man, it's okay.
Yeah.
We still got a game next week. We still got practice. Like everything is ahead of us. We just got to fix what we need to fix. It's that simple. But now, man, it's crazy to think we're already, well, for us, we're already in, this will be our 4th game, which is
that's
nuts. 40%
Almost-
of the season right there.
Almost halfway done. Yeah, we're starting to hit that point. It's funny you mentioned like just being able to think ahead and all that, because as coaches, we know, one of the big things that probably a lot of coaches have to deal with is their players' grades, right?
Yeah.
Out here, if you're not passing at certain intervals of the season, you're not eligible to play for the next interval of the season. And so we know that deadline's coming up here in 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so we're starting to, we've gotten by week 4 of the school year, whatever it is now, there's grades in the grade book. We have ways where we can go check players' grades and all that. We run reports almost daily at this point to see who's and we're talking to teachers. We're doing all this and that. We're trying to start to remind these guys with some extra work after practice about getting their grades right.
Yep.
But they're like, wait, when's eligibility come out again? I'm like, it's 2-3 weeks away, but let's get it taken care of now.
Just do it now. It's like not that hard. Just do it now.
But it's like, they'll sit there and do however many up downs or whatever.
And they forget.
And then it's like, they totally forget why they were even doing them, and they don't go get the business taken care of, especially nowadays where just about everything that's graded is probably on a Chromebook or iPad or Google Classroom.
Yes.
Like, knock that stuff out. I know you're not, maybe there's a lot of classes going bell to bell and stuff, but there's some classes I guarantee not going bell to bell. Take that 10 minutes of extra time you got, knock out some of this stuff, get yourself passing so that you ain't got to do however many up downs after practice. And I don't know. Don't get me started. Soapbox.
So I do check our grades. I have all of our team in in a thing in Power School where I can see them. And I was doing mine on Monday, and I'm going through, I have my list and I'm writing notes next to who needs to be working on what. And I'm like, this kid's got a 19 in English. A 19. You have to try to get, like, we do mastery. You literally, I don't want to say you can't fail, but if you fail below a 60 on a major grade, you have to redo it until you get a 60. Like, it ain't like you can get, but like, and this kid has a 19 in English.
Math ain't mathing on that.
And I literally pulled him aside. I'm like, hey, man. Well, he asked me something about a back plate. And I'm like, before we talk about that, let's talk about this 19 you have in English. He goes, what are you talking about? I'm like, 9. You looks like you fail in math too, because that's 19 in English. Like, you speak it, son. Like, how do you have a 19? Show up, read the book, and provide some like meaningful discussion in class, whatever the assignment is. Like, we have great teachers, but it can't be that hard to have a 60.
Just participate. Like, that's really, like, if you are a good person, you're not a turd in class, and you're participating, things are going to work out fine for you. But if you literally don't do anything, there is nothing we can do to save you.
Like, a 19 is insane. And we have Strive now. We call it Strive. It's a 45-minute period every day. So on Monday, you go to your first block for Strive after second block. Tuesday, you go to your second block for Strive after second block. Thursday, you go third. Friday, you go fourth. You literally have 45 minutes every day. Like, within a week, you will see every class you have for 45 minutes to make up work, get extra help, tier 1, 2, 3 instruction, all that kind of stuff. There's no excuse. There's not.
And the crazy part is sometimes you talk about a 19 in English, right? I remember years ago, there was this one class that we had a lot of dudes failing. And you say, like, what is this class? You look at, and it'll be like a class that you think would be the coolest thing. Like, it was called like sports marketing or something. Like, it sounded awesome. Like, heck yeah, if I'm a high school football player, I'm going to sign up to take that class. It sounds great. Like, if you're choosing to take the class, how do you got an 8 in the class?
Yeah.
Like,
come on,
that don't make no sense.
Like, I ain't bashing on electives. I teach an elective. You should not have an 8 in an elective class.
Especially a class that sounds cool, like
Yeah.
sports marketing. Like, that seems like something that you might not have a huge passion for physics or whatever. I don't know. I don't mean to pick on physics, but I'm a science. You might not have a passion for astronomy, right?
Yeah.
But sports marketing, like,
Come on now.
that's kind of cool. How do you have an 8 in that? I don't know.
An 8
I
is
don't know.
insane. Like,
Yeah,
who was it?
that's
Was it
wild.
Jason Brown on Last Chance U, where the kid was failing art? He goes, "Got an F in art? Draw a picture, man." Like, what?
We got to get him on the podcast. That would
he'd be
great.
incredible.
That'd be a great guest.
You'd
That'd
have
be
to get the beep button ready, but
yeah, we that one's definitely gonna have to get marked explicit. But that would be an awesome
good
guest to
one.
have on here.
these kids, man, it just drives me crazy. And
Well-
it wasn't just one with a 19; it was multiple that had like 20. I had an 8 actually in something. Whatever it is,
Yeah.
these kids, man.
Surprised they're not all trying to get 6, 7.
Yeah. Get that 67. I made a joke about that today. The kid that did that in his presentation, mentioned, he's like, "What you think? That's like 100, coach? We got 100 on that?" Or no, he said like 167 on that, and I was like, "I'm thinking more like a 67." It went like that. And he was just like, "Come on, man." I'm like, "Sorry."
Yeah, that's what you get. Well, on a lighter note, we're getting about that time for our team of the week. Something
About
that
that
everybody looks
time.
forward to. We got to come up with a community name. Fourth and Ward Nation. I don't know. That's a lot to rattle off the tongue. Because I think a lot of folks, we had a lot of positive responses to our team of the week. So for the new listeners out there, Jack, we're growing by the day. August was a huge month for us. We had a 240-something% explosion. We really appreciate it, guys. Keep spreading us, keep getting the word out there, growing the community around the show. But we're already up another 130% in September. Football Fever's got everybody just digesting as much football content as they can. So for the new listeners out there that we might have, we do a team of the week every week. But we're not out there looking for ING or Matter Day or I don't know, you name it. Some of these big powerhouses. We're looking for the everyday folks, right? Small town America might not be the most successful programs, but we're trying to showcase them as our teams of the week, 1 week at a time. And it's brought to you by Gridiron Spice Company. Use the code 4th and Ward. That's the number 4, THANDWARD, to get 10% off your order of seasonings at gridironspicecode.com. We'll have the link in the show notes here. But Jack, you got ChatGPT ready? That's who our mastermind is behind the team of the week decision.
Team of the week this week. Let me get it over here so you can know we're not cheating it or anything. You see
That's
that?
right. Full transparency. Yeah, I got you. Here in another week or two, we need to do another rundown of all our former teams of the week. Okay, here we go.
Is that Iran?
Man, my eyes are bad.
We got oil field fame and Iran. I don't know what's going on here, but we got
We're in Texas?
Iran, Texas, the Braves.
Okay, the Bravos of Texas. All right.
Tiny
Gotta
West
be
Texas town.
I was about to
literally
say,
named
gotta be
Ira and
small.
Ann Yates. Let's see
So
what we got.
is it Iran, like Ira Ann?
IRAAN. Iran.
Ira Ann? I don't know. Yeah, tiny
see what we
West
got.
Texas town. I still got to get out to West Texas sometime, Jack. The furthest west I've ever been is Abilene, but I want to get out to like El Paso sometime. They say it's pretty out there. Okay,
All right,
let's
let's
check out what
see.
we're rocking here.
All right, looks like
1-1 start.
Got a big game against Crane this week.
Crane. I'm trying to see some teams that maybe I've recognized.
Well, they said they were 2A.
Okay, all right.
In Texas, so
Texas 2A, so that's pretty small.
So we got 21-18 heartbreaking loss to Compass Academy. El Dorado. I've heard that.
Cool name, great. Was that a cartoon movie growing up?
Maybe. I'm thinking Desperado, the song.
Oh, yeah, that's another classic too.
Have you heard of any of these teams?
Dude, my eyes are so bad, I'm having trouble seeing.
Winters, Reagan County,
Winters. Hey, the Winters Blizzards. We talked about them on one of our other episodes with the mascot names back in the spring. The Winters Blizzards.
Van Horn.
I've heard of McCamey.
Sterling City. I feel like I've heard you talk about Sterling. No? All right.
I hadn't heard. Sulphur Springs, that's kind of closer to us. So it's a bigger than 2A for sure.
Let's
I think
see
they're
what we got as
4A,
far as
4A now.
uniforms or something.
Yeah, let's check out the Iran or Iran. Let's see what they're rocking here.
If you're in West Texas, let us know how to say that correctly.
Please, I hate if I'm butchering it. Texas Bob. This is a great website, Jeff.
This is why Texas, I mean, y'all have a literal football stadium database.
Yeah, dude, this website is awesome. I go on Texas Bob all the time. All right, dude.
Turf?
Turf. Good bleachers set up.
Is this concrete or dirt? What's going on under the bleachers?
It looks like it might be some dirt, some loose, maybe they're doing some paving. Maybe this is an older picture and they were doing some remodeling or something like that. What's the capacity on that?
It says 1,979. I don't know if that's the year or if they put it in the wrong spot. I don't know, but
it says 2,000.
About 2,000.
I mean, it looks like about a 2,000 seat stadium. Solid little press box. We got
looks like a double decker is what it looks like. I think there's 2 levels to this.
Probably a film deck. And dude, was that the gym or they got an indoor back there behind the?
It looks kind of like an indoor. It looks too small to be a gym.
I have heard there are some good facilities out in West Texas.
These stadium lights are crazy to me. They look like oil rig.
They do, don't they? That's pretty cool. You know, there's a school out here too called Robinson High School, and their mascot is the Rockets. And in one of their end zones, they have an actual rocket ship on a launch pad, like statue.
Really?
It's pretty cool. Not to take any of the spotlight off of the Braves here, but yeah, Robinson Rockets. It's a pretty cool little setup they got.
Looks like we're in Under Armour school.
Okay. Ooh. Got a little black, red, black.
See if
let's get these uniforms pulled up here. So they're off to a 1-1 start.
Oh, we got the old Florida State look.
Yeah, we got the spear on the helmets.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this guy right here, I love this look. Got the cowboy collar tucked.
Oh, yes. And he's got a club. Has he got a club on his right hand?
He's wearing they're like arm pads, I think.
Okay. Little old school there. Okay.
I'm telling you, we got a kid. He's on our JV team, plays some linebacker and kind of like a hybrid fullback in our heavy offense formation. But he comes up to me, or he comes in the equipment room, asks if I could put a back plate on for him. No problem. And he sees this butterfly restrictor that I had bought for a kid last year as kind of a gag.
Yeah.
And he looks at it. He goes, "You gonna let me wear that?" And I said, "I will gladly put that on your shoulder pads if you want to wear that."
I wish more people wore those, man. Nothing struck fear more than like you said, a fullback or middle linebacker rocking a butterfly.
So
cowboy collar. Oh,
I'm excited to see. Looks like we got black helmets.
Dude, those helmets are pretty clean.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
That's a clean look there.
I still need to get a pronunciation somehow. Iran.
They're doing it pretty big out there in Iran.
Yeah, they look pretty solid. Oh, they have a TikTok. Hold on.
Oh, here we go. All right. The black, red, black. Interesting. And all black would look sick. A little shout out here. Is that pancakes? What's your thoughts on the pancakes?
I don't know what that was.
So I guess they got some options then, because in that picture they had white pants.
Yeah.
So if you were them, I don't know about you, but I think I like the black helmet, but I would go like black helmet, black jersey, white pants.
Yeah.
I think that would be my look, but maybe they got options.
And honestly, so it looks like, yeah, they have
the black, white, black, and black, white, white is a pretty clean look too for these guys.
Yeah. So it looks like they pretty much have a black set of jerseys and pants, red jerseys, red pants, white jerseys, white pants, and they can just interchange between those. But I think you're right. I think the black, white
I think that'd be clean.
Is a clean look.
Especially with enough red accent on there. Yeah. I wonder how long of a drive it is to get out there. I might have to go try to figure out what the closest game is. That's got to be a hike, though.
Look at number 98.
That's a throwback picture there.
Tearing that kid up.
Destroying that kid. Give him the old Trent Richardson stiff arm right there.
He's giving him the business.
Well, shout out to the Iran Braves, 4th and Ward Team of the Week. Jack, this is episode 25. Can you believe that?
It doesn't feel like it.
No, dude. I mean, That's what, 6, 7 months of content. Golly, we're just gonna name this episode the 6-7 episode.
Might as well.
Golly. But yeah, it's hard to believe, man. And we couldn't do it without you guys. You guys keep listening. You guys keep watching on YouTube. As long as y'all are listening and watching, we certainly don't mind getting together once a week and just hashing it out, kind of like we do. It's what we used to do growing up, was sit here and just talk about football and all the little things in life that we try to poke some humor at, try to find the silver lining to make these long days go a little quicker. But we appreciate it, guys, for tuning in. Be sure to drop a comment if you hadn't already done so. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know who your team's got this week. If we're getting dubs out there.
And if you're in West Texas and you know this Iran High School Braves, please let us know how to say it, because I still, if you're out there, let us know. But what state are we missing? North Dakota?
South Dakota.
South Dakota. And if you're in North Dakota, go drive down south and go tell somebody to listen so we can get that state covered. But
heck yeah.
Anyway,
I can't say I can't end the episode without you saying it, Jax.
Stay golden.